What is good, everybody? I hope you had a good week. 2 FFA games with tips on why FFA is such good solo queue practice. Now, this video will cover what FFA does for your gameplay and what it doesn't do for your gameplay. It is not a one-size-fits-all, and especially when it comes to team tendencies and tactics, a lot of that stuff isn't going to get wired in through FFA. However, it's a super good tool, especially if you don't have buddies online, at improving your gunfights and how you stay calm under pressure, because that is so much of Halo. Now, why a tip video for a 13-year-old game? I know most of you guys are veterans and experts, but here it is. Simply put, more resources like these hopefully means more opportunities for new players to engage with the game and stick around, as I miss every sniper shot there on a dude like barely moving. That was terrible. Yeah, there's a lot of new people who didn't live through the heyday like we did of Halo 3, and I hope that they stick around with the game and they enjoy it, versus come in and abandon the scene. It does seem like Infinite could be a long ways off, and if you've played in the ranked hoppers, you know that matches can be few and far between. So my hope is, especially with crossplay by the end of the year, that these resources give incentive for new people to come into the scene and stick around. And if you're a veteran, hopefully this is a nice way to brush up. So what you can expect FFA to do for your gameplay: it helps you stay calm under pressure. Everybody is your enemy in FFA, and you're going to be continually pressured. If you play BR games, you know about third partying, you know what it feels like to do it and how it feels like to get third partied. FFA is a never ending bout of getting third party. When you start engaging with somebody, it's a safe bet. If you're playing good players, you're going to be pushed in on 2 or 3 other folks who are looking to clean up those kills. By the way, the reaction speed of getting that sticky off was amazing. That dude was on point. So when you start fighting 2 or 3 people, they're going to be trying to get in on that action and take you out. Vice versa, you want to be listening for those gunfights. If you can clean up 2 people who've been doing the dirty work of lowering the shields for you, you're going to be propelled to the top of the leaderboard. And as such, you're going to have a better awareness of what's going on around you. And this can definitely translate into team games. If you're playing 4v4 and you hear teammates fighting and you're not participating, or you're not in a position to aid them, you better be, holding a power position or going after a power up or a power weapon. Otherwise, you're sort of letting them down. And FFA helps train this stuff at a subconscious level, which we will revisit in just a second. Additionally, you're going to be continually pressured in your gunfights, and you're going to be pressured from people that you can't necessarily predict. In 4v4, sometimes it's easy to tell where the enemy spawns will be. In FFA, every spawn is on the table. Therefore, you really have to crunch the numbers to recognize where somebody might be third partying or pushing you from as you're in an engagement. Long story short, people who are successful are going to be picking fights and finishing fights effectively while they're getting shot at from totally unknown positions. You're going to be continually getting thrown off by some dude firing at you from a place you could not predict, right? And FFA is really good about wiring this again into your subconscious. Now, all that said, use FFA to help train your gunfights, and also you don't get the opportunity to blame others. There are always people who blame their teammates for a loss, and oftentimes it's not very productive for the time you put into the match. Yeah, you can't win all the games, and sometimes you cannot out backpack, really poor teammates. However, if you're blaming them for all of your shortcomings, you're not going to improve as quickly as you could. Super lucky again with that double kill there. That worked out. And when you play FFA, nobody to blame but yourself. So let's talk about the subconscious level and why that matters so much. If you think about it, there are 2 systems at work in your brain when you're playing. The subconscious level, which is, just handling gunfights. You don't really have the Sherlock Holmes style 2 degrees to the left and I will then melee him, throwing the grenade, causing an explosion to give me the double kill. That type of action happens just naturally at the subconscious level. If some dude walked up too close to you in a gunfight, you're going to melee him. It's just instinctive. That's not something that you're really actively thinking about. Whereas at the same time, there is an observing level of your brain that could be thinking, I'm top mid, 1 more kill to go, overshield should be up soon, I'm definitely near the rocket spawn, should check on that in a second. That observing level self can be thinking about the higher level, more macro strategic decisions, and should be. However, if you're trying to do that same kind of thinking for your gunfights, you won't be successful. It needs to be wired and hammered into you at that subconscious level, at a reactionary level. When you watch pros, when you watch really good streamers or players, you will see that oftentimes they are just acting, and those decisions come from pattern recognition from thousands of hours put into the game. They've seen it before, they know what is most likely going to yield success, and they don't have time to actively think about it. This level of focus comes from specific practice. You may have some friends who play more than you, but never seem to improve. A lot of times it comes down to if they're just playing the game for entertainment and they're never really thinking about their decision making or how they could improve. And just a super long grind doesn't always mean you'll get better faster, which is why for years I've said, watch back your gameplay. The two ways to wire that subconscious level faster is obviously to play, but watching back your gameplay is one of the fastest ways to improve ever. While you're playing the match, you don't have enough like brain RAM to actively critique your gameplay as the match is going. Whereas when you watch your replay back, or if you record your gameplay back and watch it later, just through like OBS or shadow play, you will see huge improvements really, really quickly. And you're gonna recognize bad habits and tendencies. Just don't think that players have the wherewithal to really recognize as you're reacting in the gameplay, oh, I've just been over-aiming or under-aiming this dude. Maybe I should continue to go after the OS, not just the opening spawn, that kind of a thing. That type of stuff comes from watching your replays back, and it can help you improve really quickly. A lot of streamers and YouTubers, you'll see them have skill jumps big time when they first start uploading because they're starting to watch their gameplay back regularly. So finally, FFA helps you to practice with better players. Since there is no ranked Lone Wolves playlist just yet, I wish there was, but I totally get why there isn't. You're going to be playing with good players and medium players and beginner players. It's going to be a whole swath of people that you're going to run into. And that is going to help you kick it up a notch. Playing with better people, as much as it sucks to get bodied, it does force you to get better faster. So don't always be bummed if you're bottom fragging in those FFA matches. Watch the replay back and take things at an incremental level. So in summary, FFA can be a really good tool to use in order to improve your gunfights, some of that subconscious decision making, and of course to critique your gameplay back in the theater mode. If you want to know how you can improve your aim quickly, you can check out the video on screen. Would love to know what you guys think about this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully it was helpful. Leave your tips down below for improving as a player. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.